So today we are going to be discussing whether it is best to obtain the woman's heart when you're dating or if you are trying to obtain the booty. And this was inspired by one of our members inside of our movement. And I woke up this morning and this post got 20 likes and 13 comments. And that's a lot. Like, this was only posted 3 hours ago from the time I'm reading this. That's a lot of engagement. So naturally it caught my eye. I was like, wow, that's a hell of a title. Getting their heart versus that peach emoji. And I saw that peach emoji and instantly I thought about that big, nice booty. And typically that's probably what you're going to be thinking of too. So because of that, we should read this because one of our members goes, bros, been talking to this girl for a few weeks now. We haven't done anything sexually really. Okay, so let's just digest that first. They haven't hooked up. They haven't been intimate. None of that. He says she came over for breakfast and brought over a bunch of fruits and crap. He goes, I told her what to do to make me coffee and breakfast. She kept trying to get closer and closer, but I just kind of stayed put and even sat away from her. So keep that in mind. While most guys want to engage and initiate touch and affection, he is doing what I'm teaching throughout the language of women, which is pulling away and creating distance and space and separation. Now, what does that do? That increases your perceived sexual market value in her eyes. See, this is why I'm telling you, not only do you guys have to master the language of women, but if you don't, the repercussions for it is you chasing looks, money, and status your entire life and never actually having the dating options that you want. And that was the boat that I was in. That was the boat that every single guy that is into self-improvement is in, is they sit there and they talk about how into self-improvement they are, and then you still don't have any options. This is why. You have to be able to show the discrepancy in sexual market value. And this is not ones and zeros. What I mean by that is this is not like dictionary definitions of you do this and then she does this. Dating is shades of gray. There's nuance to it. And to master the language of women is you mastering that nuance. So let's keep reading what he says here. He says, I told her what to do to make me coffee and breakfast. She kept trying to get closer and closer, but I just kind of stayed put and even sat away from her. He says, she asked me what was wrong, and I just said, I'm just trying to be better. So notice, he used the line that I use. If a woman is trying to escalate on me, or if a woman is trying to initiate, potential sex, I will actually use that line, and I'll say, I'm trying to be better. We shouldn't. Okay, so keep that in mind. He's operating from the frame of leverage, which applies that he has abundance. Now, this is where things get interesting. He goes, I saw her melt instantly. So notice, what it did was it started to win over her heart because it was a man who is not engaged and attached to pleasure and lust. This is what women run into, is every guy they meet, including their boyfriends, including their husbands, go weak for that woman's beauty. And instantly the guy starts to fantasize about all those things in the bedroom. And it just does not work. Women start to pull away from guys who do that. He says, saw her melt instantly. Now she wants to come back and make dinner. Didn't kiss her goodbye. Tried not to hug her, but she kept coming closer and closer with her arms out. He says, ended up giving her a mini hug to stay socially calibrated. He says, just applying what we were taught from language of women. Okay, I'm going to tell you this. Typically what I do on my videos is I give breakdowns of why things work because naturally I start coaching. Today I'm not going to do that. Today I'm going to let you see that whole post and I'm going to let you start to connect the dots and come to things on your own terms. Start to actually make your own conclusions for yourself. Have the competency enough to view a story like that or to see a real life story situation play out like that and start to connect the dots for yourself. Okay? What you start to see is anything that is in scarce supply becomes more valuable, okay? Women oftentimes know that if they see a guy or they start dating a guy, oftentimes they know where he stands right away and that he's invested into them, and oftentimes that he probably wants to escalate things to the bedroom. They are so used to seeing majority of all men do this. Look at the frame dynamic. So if you want to win over the woman's heart, where you gain her respect and admiration on an emotional level, the only way you do that is it comes from undoing all of the lessons that you thought you knew your entire life. And because I see guys gaining results like this every single day, this is why I make it my daily mission to spread this message, because I am watching this work. I'm literally watching this work and play out in real life every single day.